What's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Realignment Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football playoff and also featuring the boys from college football Revamped, as we are now here in the semifinals of the college football playoff. That's right, we got an 8-team playoff going on up in here, and we are taking on a team that Oklahoma faced last season in the national championship game, the USC Trojans, the national runner-up from season number 2, representing that Pac-12 conference. And we got a good one in store for you guys here today. Winner going to the national championship game. We'll see if we got what it takes to move on. So buckle up, guys. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you go ahead, smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button if you do happen to be brand new to the channel, as well as we go ahead and officially get things underway here as we start off with a 3rd and 12 to start this game. But we also coming through with a huge play to get things started, as Greg Coleman ends up with a 30-yard reception to start this game out. You absolutely love to see it, as we are firing, doing much better job with our start than how we started back in that quarterfinals against Arkansas. But let's see if we can finish this drive out. 1st and 10, going with the verts till it hurts, as the Angels, seeing that everybody is covered, he's actually just going to go ahead. He's going to make a scramble for it, and he is going to go out of bounds without even being touched. So that means we get our first red zone opportunity of the day, and we'll get things going here with a run up the gut with Lily Lewis. It's now 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line, looking to punch it in, and we do exactly just that. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And we will strike first in this ball game. We are going to take a 7-0 lead here early, as now USC, their first possession, not as successful. But look at this for us. Antoine DeAngelis somehow managing to get out of the pocket there and picks up a 1st down. What an incredible play by Antoine DeAngelis. No other quarterback in college football is going to be able to make that kind of play. Straight up and, just plain and simple, man. That was absolutely incredible. So we got to score on this drive now. Like, we can't, waste a play like that and just choose not to score on this possession, right? Like, we gotta get some points on the board after that, right? And it's looking good to do just that, as we are inside the 30-yard line, and this will actually get us into the red zone once again, as Andrew Hargrove, he's going to set the school record for both receiving yards in a season here at the University of Oklahoma. So congratulations to Hargrove on that kind of achievement right there. And how about Antoine DeAngelis? Speaking of congratulations, congrats on getting into the end zone once again. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And a much better start for us here, for real. It's now a 14-0 lead early, but USC, they get their act together a little bit now, as they also getting that goose egg off the board. They will finally get their first points on the board. So we're trying to build off of the first couple of possessions that we have. We got 2 drives so far. We had 2 touchdowns to show for it. We'll see if we can go ahead and go 3 for 3, as Willie Lewis carries us to about the midfield logo. And we'll see if we can pick up yet another 1st down. 2nd and 11. DeAngelis looking over the middle, finds Greg Coleman, who actually is able to go ahead and break a tackle briefly. It's Greg Coleman's 2nd catch of the day, carrying us to the 35-yard line, as we'll head back to the running game, as Lewis able to cut himself back inside after finding the initial hole in the defense. And if it's broke, why fix it? Gonna run that football again, just continuing to expose USC up front. It shouldn't be too much longer before we start to go ahead and see more guys in the box for USC. as they did already add an extra linebacker. DeAngelis looking. He's going to go ahead. He's going to scramble upfield, and he's going to get himself, I thought it was going to be a first down. Didn't quite get there, though, but we will get it into the end zone on the next drive. So Willard Lewis, he's going to go ahead. He's going to pick up another touchdown on the ground, and that will give Oklahoma here a 21-7 lead. But USC continuing to try to keep things intact in terms of that lead. Still at one possession as the Trojans do go ahead and respond with a touchdown of their own. And we will also officially see Andrew Hargrove break the school record. He was actually tied originally, and that does break a 2010 record from Ryan Broyles all the way back from 2010. So just continuing to break these records. That's the advantage of having an 18 playoff. You know, you get more opportunities to, amass some more stats in your favor. And that, I wish, we see like more 12-team playoffs like that, as DeAngelis is going to take a sack. So we will have to punt this football away. We did turn the football over. We have no turnovers yet. But we do, however, end up getting a defensive touchdown before we go into halftime. And we got a 31-14 lead to work with right now. And when you have a lead like that with this kind of offense, I mean, you are certainly feeling really good right now. I'm loving what I'm seeing at the moment. We'll see if we can find a way to attack downfield, though. Haven't done that yet as we throw over the middle, finding Greg Coleman. I was thinking about throwing it to the B route, but the safety actually did have that covered pretty darn well. As Cole plays later now, going with a run on 2nd and 11. Lewis just using those blocks. Offensive line really starting to go to work right now. We're certainly seeing that as we're running again on 1st and 10. Lewis running it up the gut, and will go ahead and pick up the first down. So 2nd and inches coming up. Goal line set essentially. DeAngelis looking, trying to find somewhere to go, and just finds just enough of a sliver to get into that end zone. Touchdown Oklahoma. And it is turning into a little bit of a rout right now. We're going to be up 38-14 after we get the extra point. But USC, they are not going to give up without a fight. They get a touchdown on their next possession, plus also get themselves a 2-point conversion. But there's the big play that I was looking for. Greg Coleman, 75 yards. Just trying to avoid the blitz and, just kept those eyes downfield. It sets up yet another touchdown for us there as Antoine DeAngelis just doing it all on the ground, man. Might be his 3rd touchdown, I want to say, running the football. 3rd, 4th. He doesn't have any passing TDs, but he also hasn't turned the football over, so you love to see that. So USC doesn't score on their next possession, and we also set up another goal line opportunity before we go into this 4th quarter. But 3rd and goal from, looks like about the 14. We took some losses that not really that proud of, trying to do something with it on the run, and we just kind of settle. Didn't want to throw it into traffic or anything like that, so settle for the field goal there. That does make it 47-22. But yet, despite that big lead, we are still going to continue to be aggressive, as we are going to continue to pass this football downfield, as Antoine DeAngelis actually breaking the school record for an NCAA record for most passing yards in a season. It was set up by the Texas Tech quarterback Brian Simmons, or BJ Simmons, I think. He was the one that had that record, but that's not going to be a thing anymore, as that will now belong to Antoine DeAngelis there. And this might be the first time Antoine DeAngelis, first 6,000 yard passer. It's certainly possible, as long as he remains healthy for the remainder of this game, obviously, and then also continues to remain healthy for the next game as well. Injuries could really be the only thing that stops Antoine DeAngelis from getting to that 6,000-yard mark. The first college quarterback to ever do that, as we will be stuffed at the goal line. Tried to run that speed option on 3rd and goal. Didn't work out for us. But it only puts a slight damper in what was a brilliant performance as the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma, of course. We get that 50 burger, after we did end up getting the field goal. And we are going to win big once again. Just peaking at the right time. That is 2 consecutive 50 burgers that we put up in the college football playoff, by the way, as we will take care of business against USC. And we are going to move on to that national championship game as well. And the only thing that needs to be settled in this episode is whether we play against Georgia Tech in a national championship game, or will we face Florida in the next episode. So we put up a 50 burger on the board, and yet this man did not even throw a single touchdown pass. Granted, he didn't throw any interceptions either, which is good. He ends up going 28 for 42 for 370 yards passing on the day. But on the ground is where he really did his damage, though. 11 carries, 104 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Willie Lewis also almost had a 100-yard day as well. He ends up with 99 yards. He was just 1 yard shy of that coveted 100-yard mark. He also ends up with a couple of touchdowns in this one, but didn't really spread the football around that much. Only 5 different receivers getting their hands on the ball here today. 2 of them with either at least 100 yards or close to a 100-yard day. Drew Ryan, for example, was 1 yard short with 9 catches for 99 yards. But it was Greg Coleman who had the breakout day today. 9 catches, 195 yards, including a 75-yard bomb that did end up setting up one of our touchdowns. So now that we know that we are actually going to go ahead and play into the national championship game in the next episode, let's go ahead and check in on the other semifinal matchup that we got going on. We got number 5 seeded Florida, as well as Jody Gentry, taking on Ethan Daniels and this Georgia Tech team, the number 1 seed in this playoff. And ironically, a conference matchup here as well. Both Florida and Georgia Tech, both teams representing the Deep South Conference. So how about the Deep South for getting 2 teams into the semifinals? Let's go ahead and jump into this. A little bit of a scoreboard blitz here early, as Florida, they are going to make the first big play of this ball game, as it looks like that ball might have been tipped into the air by a defensive lineman, and that is going to really help that defensive back get the interception. As now, later on in the first quarter, going to drop back the pass, looks to his right, but that's also going to be intercepted, and that man is going to be gone like a girl in a country song. So Sam Wilson not only getting the interception right there, but they are also going to go ahead. They are going to get a pick 6 out of it, a defensive touchdown. And that will help Georgia Tech out a little bit as it cuts it down to a 2-point game. Florida taking a bunch of field goals, but they haven't found their way into the end zone yet until now, as we see Jeff Allen able to get that 10 toes down movement in full swing, as he was able to get both feet in bounds in order for this touchdown to be possible. That not only would have been a catch at the college level, but that's an NFL catch as well. Florida not unfamiliar with sending people to the NFL, of course. And speaking of NFL level throws, how about Rich Brown just getting a clean win off the line of scrimmage, and it sets up another easy score here as the Florida Gators continue to pull away here 20 23-7. Actually 24-7. They actually go for the 2-point conversion, and they are successful with it. So Georgia Tech trying to get into gear on offense, but it looks like today it is Florida's day here, as Darius Evans is going to get the interception. Michael Cox just having a awful day. Probably the worst time to have an awful day like this. You talk about 2 interceptions, 6 for 18 in terms of completions compared to attempts, well under 50%. As Brandon Graves, he will punch this thing into the end zone. That's another touchdown, and Larry Jones gets his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And now this lead swelling up to 27. Georgia Tech, they got the backup quarterback into the game. I don't know if it's because Michael Cox is hurt, or if because the coaching staff is just that dissatisfied with what they've been doing. But either way, Jordan Fisher has the same result. They get a field goal out of it as a result of the turnover. It's 37-7. And sometimes there's just these days where you can absolutely do no wrong, and also days where you can absolutely do no right whatsoever. And for Georgia Tech, unfortunately, they just couldn't do anything right today. Besides the pick 6, offense did literally nothing. The only reason they scored was because of the defense, and Florida was able to take advantage on the offensive end, getting some touchdowns on the board, timely turnovers as well. So Florida dominates here in their semifinal game as well, and that means we will see the Florida Gators in the next episode. The Deep South Conference representative going ahead and getting themselves to work here. We'll catch you guys in that championship game. So that's going to wrap things up here, as next episode we will take on the University of Florida from the Deep South Conference. It's going to be a good one, so I hope you guys are excited for that. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and smack that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button if you do happen to be brand new, as well as hitting that notification bell for me. YouTube likes to be a little bit of a host sometimes when it comes to getting videos out to you guys. But with all that being said, this is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.